Hello, my name is Nathan, and this is my "Who Am I and what forces have shaped me" assignment, part one and two. So, first question: what do I like about myself? So, the first thing that I like about myself is I feel like I'm a very empathetic and emotionally strong person for the most part. Um, I say so. The biggest reason why I'm saying this, or the biggest um evidence I guess I have of this, is my upbringing as a child. So um in 2015 I got adopted by my grandfather, and before that I lived with um my mom, my biological mom, not my dad. um but the main point is she was a drug addict, not anymore, and as a young child I was fairly conscious of the decisions and choices she was making. Sorry, I'm not very good at explaining things, so it takes me a minute. Even if I think about it, I um and sometimes I need a minute to explain things. But seeing that as a young kid, the things she was doing, like choices, like I said, choices, and the route she was taking in her life. I didn't know the complete extent of it, but I got like a gist of it. It I don't know. As a kid, I was like, I don't want to be like that. I know, but when I grow up, I want to not treat people like that. And if I do ever have kids, I am know I would never do the things that happened to me. Like I actively was like, I am going to work to not be like that. I'm going to take what she does and use it as a learning lesson on how to be a good person, because I seen and I knew her wrongdoings. I don't know, it taught me how to, I guess, be a good person, if that makes sense. But um another good way I can put it is like, when you have to grow up fast, a lot of people who do are told that they're very emotionally mature, and I feel like that's the case for me as well. So yeah, that's I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm emotionally mature, is because of my upbringing, my history with having a parent who was addicted to drugs, and um, having to take care of my younger siblings. I'm the oldest because of her decisions. I think that's what caused it. And even though that happened in my life, I wouldn't take anything back for it, because it's made me the person I am today. It has taught me valuable lessons in life. Why you shouldn't go down that route, no matter how hard life gets. No matter how big of a hole you dig yourself into, that part of, I guess, that dark place is just, it's not worth it, and it never will be. It's always so temporary. It's such a temporary fix, and it destroys you. Drugs destroy you, and I knew I never wanted to do that. So yeah, that's, I guess, tying back to, I kind of went on a rant there, but um, yeah, that's why I feel like I'm emotionally mature. I mean, I do get told, like, by my aunt and by my peers. I have been told that, even though I don't really feel like that 100%. It kind of feels like imposter syndrome, but um, I've been told by multiple people, so I'm going to take their word for it. And I do feel, I feel it sometimes, but it's easy to talk to people and tell them what they should do. But when it's for yourself, I feel like I don't know what to do. But anyway, long story short, yeah, emotionally mature. Kind of went on a rant, but that's the biggest thing. So the second one I'd say is I'm a fairly creative person. I love to draw. I've been drawing since I was in like elementary school and even before that. Um, the first thing I remember like drawing that I was super proud of was like this picture of ET, the alien. Um, and my mom was so proud of it, and she always told me that like I was born like artistic, and um, that's one thing I agree with her on. Like I'm an artistic person. I don't call myself an artist because again it feels like imposter syndrome kind of, but I do love to draw. I am creative. I love to make fan art. I love to draw on paper, and I love to do it digitally on my iPad with like my Apple Pencil right here. Um, yeah, I love to draw, and even though drawing is like, I kind of have to push myself to do it because I'll be drawing and I'm like, oh, this isn't turning out right, but that's how you practice and that's how you get better. Obviously, is like you keep doing it even if you're not that good at it. That's what practice is. You're not going to be perfect no matter how good you are. you know no one's perfect ever, and to get good you have to, or get good is such like a subjective word because anything could be good to someone, but I guess the better words are to see yourself improve in a way that you feel is substantial. That was such a weird way of putting it, but I don't know. Is to improve, and which I haven't been doing a lot, but when I do create a piece that I try on and I take the time to do and I focus completely on it, like hyper focus. I'm talking like 4 or 5 hour pieces. I get proud of myself. I'm like, wow, yeah, I did that. Like, it feels unreal that I'm able to do something creative. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's the second thing that I like about myself. So let's move on to. Sorry, I have the questions on my phone. Um, Second, what things can you improve on yourself at this time? So, the biggest thing that definitely pops up in my mind is self discipline. Um, I say self discipline and not motivation because motivation is, no one's going to be motivated every single day to do things. But when you self discipline yourself to get up and do things even though you don't want to, I feel like that's a lot more of a positive achievement in someone's life to do than just, oh, I'm gonna wake up and be what was the word I just used? Sorry. I forgot the word, but the word I just said, like excited, or totally forgot the word, but you know what I'm saying. To get up and do things and study and work out and, be healthy. But if I self discipline, have the strength to self discipline, I feel like my life would be a lot better and my emotions would be a lot better regulated. Like depression, anxiety, which is what I not suffer from, but I deal with in my life. I feel like my life would be a lot better. So yeah, that's the first one, is to be able to have more self discipline in my life, because with my major, I'm majoring in nursing. I need to discipline myself to get up and study even if I'm not feeling motivated. That's the word. That's the word I was looking for, motivated. So, yes, self discipline. And the second one I'd say is to. I hate bringing it up, but like I know it's something I need to do, is work to be a healthier person. So by healthier, I both mean physically and mentally. So I'd say more on the physical side, because mentally I'm doing very well right now. Even though I'm not seeing a therapist or anything, I feel like I regulate my emotions decently. I do get in my icks. I do get depressed. I mean, everyone gets depressed sometimes, but I feel like it's not really bad right now. But I'd say, when I say like physically, I need to start going to the gym. Not be like I do want to lose weight, but mostly to just be a healthier person. I want to start eating better, and that's the second thing I can work on more is to have a better diet and just be mindful of what I'm eating. And because what you put into your body is, it's your body. You need to take care of it. Everyone should, I guess everyone could be, I shouldn't say everyone needs to be healthier, but like, it's kind of true. Like, we all can eat healthier, and that is something I can implement in my life that I haven't been recently. And I have been trying to eat. What I've been doing recently is like making sure I have something green in my food. Even, and I eat when I'm full and I'm not stuffed, which I do a lot. So I think that's another thing. So those are two things that I can work on is self-discipline and working towards being a healthier person, mostly physically, but I can probably talk to someone every once in a while about how I'm feeling instead of bottling up my emotions. So being a healthier person physically and mentally as well. Second one. So what's the third one? Define your purpose at this time in your life. My purpose in this time in my life is to dedicate myself to schooling and to work because I'm 19, I'm going to be 20 this year. I'm still young, but I need to get experience in having work life while also learning how to balance school life, which is more important than work because schooling is what's going to determine my role in society long term. So, mostly school's number one priority, focusing on school, getting good grades, and actually maintaining information I get from my classes and not just like da da da. So, and yeah, so 5. What does an authentic day in my life look like? So, get up in the morning, usually go to the bathroom, and then I will check my phone, see if anyone texted me. And if I have school that day, I'll go to school, and then I'll usually stop by the LRC Learning Resource Center in MSJC, and I'll study for like 2, 3, sometimes 1 hour, depending. I'll go home, I'll talk to my grandfather, clean up around the house, usually mix myself something to eat most of the time when I get home because I don't like eating at school. And then, really, if I don't have any like homework, which usually I do, so I'll usually do homework, I have basically the rest of the time to myself unless I have something else to do. So, yeah, it's pretty much a day in my life. A lot. My life isn't that interesting besides school. Like things I need to do for school. Something I could probably work on too is being more productive. 6. Erik Erikson put forth the concept of stages of psychological development, college-age students. Okay, 5. Okay, so my answer for this last question, I feel like I fall into. Sorry, I wrote it down. Identity versus role confusion because I feel like even though I have a basic understanding of myself, I feel like I don't completely understand myself. I feel like I am still kind of confused about my identity. I know what I want to do with my life, but I don't know. I just feel like I don't really know who I am 100%, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm very. I could just learn a lot. I can learn a lot more about myself, and I feel like there's a lot of room for self discovery. So, yeah. I think that was the last question on the list. And yeah, that's it. So, thank you if you watched this video all the way through. Thank you. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.